Guys, in today's class we'll be talking about very simple crypto arbitrage practices where you can buy cryptos the cheapest, and of course where you can sell your cryptos at a much more better price. All right, and of course you can get rewards from the price differences. Now of course, if you don't understand what arbitrage means, arbitrage simply means buying low, selling high, okay, on different exchanges. And of course this can be done when you carry it out very much intelligently. Now, today is just going to be an introduction to this class. If we get more attention, more likes on this video, then I'm going to present the very next one. All right. Now, first of all, this is CoinMarketCap, one of the best places you can find your arbitrage coins and all of that. So come to the cryptocurrency area, and of course, you can just choose any particular cryptocurrency you want to use, or anyone you want to choose. So, for example, I'll be going with this particular one, Ethereum. Okay, you can use anyone. You can use BNB, you can use Bitcoin, but let's talk about this very popular crypto called Ethereum. Now, Ethereum is sold at the price of 188T. Okay, 1879 right now, and this is the price you can get Ethereum. This is the average price. Now, to find the market for Ethereum, you have to come down here and you find where Ethereum is sold. Now, one thing about arbitrage is that the prices must be different across several exchanges. All right, but there are some exchanges where you can buy cryptos the cheapest, or you can sell for more. All right. For example, the average price of Ethereum right now on Binance is around 1882. All right. But if you check an exchange like Upbit, you can see Upbit sells Ethereum for 1901, and this is a huge price difference here around, let's say this is a good amount of profit when you do the maths. All right, if you do the maths of 1901, maybe buying on Binance and selling on Orbit, you can find some huge price difference here. Okay, and this is how you get your rewards. When you buy Ethereum on Binance and you sell it on Orbit, then you can get some rewards. And Orbit is one of those exchanges that you can use. Now, one thing I want to mention is that many of these exchanges are not regular exchanges. They are foreign exchanges. Some of them have Korean won attached to them. But the moment you can create an account and of course sell your Ethereum here, then it can be actually very, very good opportunity for you. Okay. Now the next one we'll talk about is, we're just going to go straight to the second one, and I mentioned the three of them on some of my videos in the past. You can go check them out. All right. So the very next one is the Bitomp. You can see Bitomp is here. Okay, Bitomp is here. You can see this Bitomp has a price of 1897. Now all these are Korean exchanges, and you can see the volume in the last 24 hours is 16 million US dollars. People are actually buying. In case you think people can't buy, this is an exchange in Korea, and a lot of people are buying. You can see, and when they buy on cheaper exchanges like Binance or BingX, stuff like this, they come here to sell for much more better price. And of course, this is where they get their rewards. All right. Majorly exchanges that has the Korean one attached to it. At the end of this class, I'll explain what it means. Of course, there's one last one, and of course, I'm hoping to find that very, very soon. Now, what this means is that you can buy cryptos on one exchange, sell on the other. Yeah, it's not an easy practice, because there are a lot of people who will not make it to the end. There are a lot of people who will not make it to buying, creating an account, and all of that. But that is what makes it interesting, because you get to the little people who are going to be there ends up making the most profits. All right. Now, I've been here before, and I can tell you that it is really, really, really profitable. One of the biggest challenges you face here is actually creating an account. All right. Once you have created an account, then you've gone past the first stage, the first hurdle. The next challenge is actually um, verifying your account, and of course going to the next one, which will be around making your profits. Then you have actually gone through it. But then I will take you through all these processes one after the other. All right. So the very first step I mentioned is actually creating an account, and I want to show you the last exchange for today before we um uh before we go deeply into what this kind of arbitrage means. Okay, if you come here, you can find, I'm looking for one last exchange that I normally use, which is Coin One. Okay, so I hope it's here, but I think it's no longer here. I believe that exchange is no longer here. It's also a Korean one exchange, also a Korean exchange, and they sell cryptos at good prices also, and you can actually check them out. If you find, you can find them with your phone easier, you can quickly check them out. Okay, so this practice is simply about buying cryptos on an exchange where it is less expensive, selling them on another one where it is not so expensive. Like I mentioned earlier, it's very interesting. The very first step will be to buy your cryptos. Okay, for example, let's use Orbit. I mentioned that Orbit selling price is 1901. If you do the difference by buying on Binance, any of these crypto exchange here, the one you can easily buy, or you can buy on Bybit. Then the next step will be to move your cryptocurrencies to the exchange, and then you can sell. You can see the amount of people who are currently doing this: 43 million. The amount of USDT that have exchanged for Ethereum on Orbit is around 43 million US dollars. I mean, this is like the fifth cryptocurrency on the ranking that sells Ethereum. So it means they are legit, they are nice, they are good guys. But it comes to the difficulty in doing this. Now, there's a little bit difficulty when you want to buy and sell using arbitrage. All right, buying and selling is actually very very nice, easy, but it has some challenges, which means there are some things you face. First things first, creating an account. Creating an account on Orbit as a Korean exchange can be difficult. All right. Although it can also still be easy. If you get a lot of likes here, I understand that's actually what you want. Then I will do that account creation on the next video. It's very easy, and I will tell you the tools you need, and then how you can actually get started on Orbit. Okay. Now, once you have created an account, you have to do basic verification, which is like your email verification and all of that. Once you have gone past that stage, then it is done. Orbit is nice and it has a lot of liquidity. Trust me, it is amazing. So apart from Orbit, Coin One, and Bitomp, there are other exchanges you can use, right? If you have, like I said, if you have more likes on this video, I would show you how to create an account on Orbit and how to go about this particular one. Okay, but if you just want to do basic arbitrage, you don't want to go through so much stress, then there are other ideas you can use for this. For example, you can see the price on Binance here is 1882. You can still buy on Binance and sell on Binance, but however, the fees can be so high at times, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, now buying on Binance with USDC gives you one, you buy at the price of 1882. Let's look at selling on Binance still. Okay, if I click on number two, let's see what Binance has for Ethereum. The price of Ethereum can be different across several Binance pairs, and I think you can see this one 1882 we bought. Okay, here is 1875. Okay, we bought at one, we can sell at 1882. So here Ethereum slash USDT is sold for 1875. We can confirm that here, and then you can go back to sell it on the same Ethereum slash the first one we bought, which is 1882. Okay, now this is actually profitable, but it depends on your amount of capital. The first way you know that options are profitable is the 24-hour volume. You can see over 1.6 million US dollars have exchanged for Ethereum the last 24 hours, and this is an indicator that this is a really nice strategy. A lot of people are into it, and trust me, this keeps making a lot of profits. Okay, but then it is not as easy if you don't have good amount of capital. You are going to experience little losses. I've actually been there, and a lot of people complain about that too. If you don't have good capital, you can experience huge amount of losses. So that's why I mentioned there are exchanges you can use very little capital, and then you get better rewards, like your Orbit, where I mentioned the price can be a little bit on the high side because This is not a regular exchange, it's a Korean exchange, and not so many people have an account. All right. Now, the other one I mentioned is crypto Bitomp, and Bitomp is nice, just that the price is actually lower now. Okay, Bitomp is actually selling at a very good rate, 16.9 million US dollars in the last 24 hours, which is great. And then there's one last one called Coin One. Okay, I can't find that right now, but it's on CoinMarketCap. If you can find out, that's good for you. Now, tell me what you think about this video in the comment section. Of course, if you've tried it out before, and if you want us to talk about creating an account, how you can buy, how you can sell, I'll make that video in the next class. Do have a very wonderful day, guys, and certainly see you again.